Welcome back to Six Ashes for episode 3 with me, MrSealyp. It's another glorious day here in the Severn Valley. Right, last night, interesting happenings, well, other than being at the pub, but I invested. I got a different plough. This is the, oh blimey, there's an X in there, there's a V in there. I suppose the easiest way to do it will either be to check in my inventory or just hook up to it. I've had to buy a front weight as well. Now, the loan that I initially got, there seems to be some misapprehension. SXHV30. It's a 7.8 metre, only requires 150 horsepower. But there are a couple of things that need to be addressed. The loan that I took out, I didn't take out 150,000. I did initially, but I only spent 76 of it. The rest went back. That was all borrowed, secured on our property, mine and my lovely wife's, much to her happiness. So that's why the bank was more than happy. We've got plenty of equity in the house, not a problem at all. To buy that, I sold the other one I had, and I think I borrowed another 10,000. So yeah, I mean we're up to about 86,000 I think our loan is. This tractor here that we got with the help of Mrs. Holland at the post office is a 195 horsepower tractor. A lot of people said they've been looking for one similar. They're quite rare, they're quite hard to find apparently, but if you go for an old one with old paint, they're much cheaper. So yeah, basically when you go to the options, there's normal paint, old paint. If you go for the old paint in each of the colour schemes, it drops the price down massively because you're getting an old tractor. So yeah, that's how you get 195 horsepower. We have some work to do, some collection and delivery type stuff. I have taken on a contract for seeding, so I'm hoping the rain's going to stop in a little while. But before we do that, we're going to do some supplementary income. Now this is something that has been discussed by myself and my compatriots. Hang on a minute. Where's my loader gone? My front loader's gone. Someone's nicked me front loader. It's not attached to the tractor, is it? Huh? Okay, right, bear with me a second. I was just about to talk about nefarious activities, it would appear. That seems to be the word of this Let's Play at the moment. Hang on a minute. That's so peculiar. Please tell me I haven't got to buy another one. I can't believe I just had to go to the store and get one. I leased it, I haven't bought it. That first one cost me 8 grand. I don't understand, it's just vanished, just gone. Very, very peculiar. Anyway, look at the landscape. It's changing, it's a lot more green. So, anyway, as I was saying, in the pub, it seems to be the pub round here is the local hub. It's the pub hub, the local hub for everything. Business deals get done there, arrangements get made, handshakes are done, and you know, which is it's really cool. It's very, very nice. The people around here locally are all very, very friendly, very, very helpful, very, very nice. So, while I was in there last night, I was discussing equipment and jobs and things like that, and I said about taking on a seeding contract. And Marie, who owns one of the farmhouses down on the lane, is the one I spoke about that sells fertiliser and seed and things like that. She said swing by if I need anything, the silos are there and we could sort out payment. That's not a problem at all. But what also happened was Dan introduced me to a couple of gentlemen in the pub. Again, two seedy looking characters sitting in a corner in the darkness. No, they weren't really, but it sounds more, you know. More like a proper film. No, it's just two guys. They do forestry. They work in the local kind of lumber forestry industry, and they are working at the moment around the area. Now, what they do is lumber, but all the wood chip that's spare and separate, they sell to garden centres, to landscaping companies, to so Dan has managed to strike up a deal, which I kind of managed to get involved with, where we can buy wood chips from them, which is absolutely fantastic. But then it's finding somewhere to sell them on. That's going to work in my favour too. So we're going to go and collect some. I bought 4 double stack pallets. So it's about, I can't remember how, what's that now, 12,600 litres? Something like that. Now, what they've also said is, in the future, because they are currently, that's where I'm going to go, because they're working locally, they're staying up at Bridgenorth. So when they leave work, they head along the main road up to Bridgenorth at the end of every day. So, if I want any more, why is my indicator not going off? That's weird. Oh, there it is. If I do want any more wood chip, what they are prepared to do is, on their way to Bridgenorth at the end of the shift every day, they will drop it off at the garden centre, not the garden centre, the store, because it's on the way past and I can go and get it from there if I want to, which is just, isn't it lovely? Isn't it nice of them? The weather's not great, that's where we need to go, but we do have to go through a farmer's field to get to it. So I'm going to pick up the 3 pallets I bought in the pub last night. Now that's always, I mean, that sounds proper dodgy, doesn't it? I mean, let's be honest. I bought a load of stuff from some blokes in the pub last night. You have to ask yourself just how kosher that deal is. It fell off the back of a lorry, Gov. Honest. I'd say Gov, more like Your Honour. Honest, Your Honour, they were lovely blokes. I met them in the pub. They do sound respectable. Anyway, the forks I managed to get, the front loader, they had a Fent one in store, so I got a Fent one. It's just nice, just matches up to what I've got. Also 8 grand, but like I say, I've leased it. So what I'll do, once we've built up a bit more money and we're okay financially, then I'll actually buy one properly, but for the time being I can't afford to drop 8 grand on a set of forks. But that will need to be reported to the police, because that is very peculiar. Now, there we go. So, looks like it's brightening up. Well, it's trying to brighten up anyway. Wood chips. Palleted, stacked, good to go. Premium wood chips, no less. Oh yes, only the best for me. Well, anyone else who buys them, of course, but... So what we're going to do is not knock them over. That would not be a good start. Oh, I should have put... Oh no, I can't put the weight on the back because I've got the trailer, haven't I? I don't know how well this is going to work, in all honesty. I mean, this is an idea. This is a theory. I say it's a theory, it was Dan's idea. Dan down the pub said, have you thought about... And I thought, that's a cracking idea, that. So what I also need to do is sort out somewhere that I can convert, do some work on vehicles, machinery, repairing, adjusting, converting, that kind of thing. Because what I want to do is change the trailer then to like a container, dump trailer, because we're going to get some manure as well. Now, I have said this before, whatever farm you work on, wherever you're working in the world, whichever farm it is you're on, in-game, well, I suppose in the world, really, in the real world too, you take advantage of whatever is happening locally. So, at the end of the day, If you have the ability to buy and sell a commodity, buy and sell it. I've said this quite a lot in recent videos and farms I've been on and whatever, and from when I did my tractor driving experience and talking to actual farmers, people that had messaged me and talked to me on my channel, and is diversification. You know, that supplementing your income. Lots of farms and farmers are diversifying now. They're having to. They you know, farming doesn't pay what it did. It doesn't pay what it should every year. Sometimes crops fail. Sometimes things don't work. Sometimes prices aren't great. So, you know, there are so many different variables. And the thing with all of this, and I think from watching a lot of the guys recently, watching How Farms Work and Calder Cornstar, and the guys that are having, you know, all the problems in Iowa after the storm, and they're not the only people that have had storms, you know, there have been storms all over the place, is that you can do everything right and then something happens. I know a lot of farmers will have crop insurance, not every farmer does, and I know they were saying as well that the crop insurance will just about cover, in some cases won't cover the cost, so you end up out of pocket. So farmers are looking at other revenue streams, other ways of making money. In some cases that'll be farm shops. They'll open a farm shop and you know, running farm shops. Pemberton's Farms, Tom Pemberton, they opened their farm shop. They were doing raw milk, then they've opened the farm shop, and they're really diversifying. I know now I watched an episode the other day where a local company had run out of silage, and they had loads of silage left in the silage camp. So the local company came down with a 20-ton lorry and bought 20 tons of silage off of them. So, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you do what you can. I know, I don't know, there are so many different ways that farmers do it. A lot of farmers will do farming, their own farm. They will run their own farm and do all the farming that a farmer does, plus contract out. Again, I've been watching that on Pemberton's farms, on Flank farms, and a lot of the videos and YouTubes I watch. They will get contractors in for various different jobs. Now, those contractors are farmers themselves. They have their own farms, but they do contract work for other people too. So again, you know, it's not unusual. Right, so did they close that again? There are no sheep in the field, so we should go. Right then. And this is where things get a little bit interesting, because I'm assuming at this point people are going to think I'm going one way. Well, actually, we will have to just check something first, because my intentions were to go one way. I know I'm talking in riddles. I was intending to go one way, but I'm going to go another. I think. Now, again, I don't know how well this is going to work for unloading. But before we get onto the main road, let's just check something, shall we? So, price of wood chips. Now, we know at the top of the biogas plant they're paying 900 for 1,000 litres at the biogas plant, which is great. But if you look down at the sawmill, probably the time of year, because we're kind of coming out of winter. We are mid-spring now. Prices for lumber's normally pretty good over the winter, but they're paying 971. The sawmill's paying 971 for wood chips. Hence my happiness at the prospect of being able to buy some from the guys that are doing the logging. Now, I could, if I wanted to, at this point, make a deal, make an arrangement whereby I have a regular pickup, or I just decide I could spend an entire day going backwards and forwards and buying as much wood chip as they can possibly give me and make an absolute load of money. I could. Would that be realistic? Potentially. You know, at the end of the day, if I've got somewhere to sell it and they are selling it to me, because at the end of the day, a lot of these situations, people would argue, well, why don't they just go take it straight to the sawmill? They're working for a company, or they're working for themselves. They're doing a job, they're doing lumber. For them, the wood chips is a byproduct. It's a separate thing that they just need to get rid of. Now, they get rid of it at garden centres for landscape gardeners and landscaping companies and stuff like that. Because, actually, I should have put that on, shouldn't I? Why did I come this way? I have no idea why I came this way. So for them it's just a case of get rid of it. They don't care who buys it. They don't want to have to go to the hassle of searching around, looking for somewhere. And they have their companies and people they work with regularly. But if they're moving around doing forestry all over the country for argument's sake, they don't want to spend ages and ages trying to find somewhere locally to get the best price. They just want to get a shot of it. They don't care who they sell it to. So the point about it is, and this is no different to any middleman, anyone that does anything like this, any haulage, any stuff like that, you find somewhere to buy something, you buy it. If you can find somewhere to sell it on and make a profit, you make a profit. At the end of the day, it's kind of how eBay works. Let's be honest. eBay works exactly the same way. And when people are buying and selling on eBay, especially, you know, not the odd person, if you're selling the odd little thing here and there, that's fair enough. But if you're a sort of person that your business is doing it, what you do, you find somewhere to buy something really cheap, and then you sell it at a profit in bulk. And that's how you make your money. You know, the company that's making the stuff, they could sell it on eBay. They absolutely could. And it does make you wonder why they don't. Because a lot of times, they don't care. They're making their product. They're making it in bulk. They've got buyers. They're selling it. They could go to the hassle of selling it on eBay, but they don't want to. They're not bothered. They're just going to sell it for the price they sell it at. It's a funny old game, isn't it? But that's how it works. I've come a long-winded way about this. I could have just gone left out of from the foresty bits and then come along the road, but honestly can't believe how much everything's changed, how much it just seems more lush all of a sudden, and we're only just mid-spring. Hoping the rain's easing off a little bit. So I do want to start the seeding. I haven't come in from this direction before. I think it's down here. There we go. Sawmill's the first turning. When I've got enough money, I'm definitely going to invest in this little plot of land past here, which I've also been tipped the wink at the pub. All I've got to do is provide them with water and manure over there. Bees. Oh yes. Have I got enough room here? Now, will it take it from the trailer, or do I need to unload it? Let's try, shall we? Straps off. I might need to unload it. It might not take it from pallets, I don't know. No. Okay. I don't really want to tip them off here. Am I still indicating? Oh. Of course I'm still indicating. That's what I do. That's what I do all the time. Right. Oh, little kiss on the wall there. Okay, so I hope I don't have to tip this into something for it to take it. No. How does this work then? So it's not going to tip into a container, is it? Oh, there we go. Just need to go a little bit further in. What's I going to get for one pallet? And then I'll tell you how much I paid for them. Oh, this looks like this could be lucrative. 4,066. What? Okay. Now, obviously the price is very high. It's not always going to be that high. I paid 400 per pallet. So I paid 1,200 quid for the 3. I can show you the receipts. In fact, I probably will in a second. So, again, certain times of the year, certain things are going to be way more lucrative. That's interesting. Why is that suddenly stopped? The other one worked fine. Okay. How weird. There we go. That's weird. The first one was no problem at all on the floor. Now this one wants to take it from there. Okay. So be it. Yeah. So, especially during seasonal work, in the winter when there's not a lot to do, normally lumber, logging, is, oh man, it's worth its weight in gold. So yeah, absolutely, you know, go for it. I mean, diversify, do what you can, whatever's available seasonally, go for it. I don't imagine that the price here is going to stay at what it is all the time. If it does, and it's always higher than the biogas plant, then I'd be mad not to bring wood chips here. That said, if the price plummets here and it goes up at the biogas plant, I'll take it to the biogas plant. Now that's something actually worth pointing out as well, is if I sell here, I'm getting the money for it. Great, and that's instant. So I'm getting instant money, and I can, if I need to go and buy something, I can go and buy something straight away. If I sell at the biogas plant, I get paid at midnight. They work out all the finances and whatever, and you get paid at midnight, which is also fine. The plus to doing it at the biogas plant is you get digestate as a byproduct for everything that goes through the plant. So in that case, not only am I getting paid for the wood chip, I would be then getting the digestate, which I could either use as a fertiliser if I can store it, or I'm pretty sure, let's have a quick look, I'm pretty sure we can sell digestate here somewhere. Yeah, the garden centre. The garden centre takes digestate. They pay 180. So if you look at it like that, obviously you don't get as much digestate to the product you put in, but yeah, you can do all right. I mean, yeah, the price has dropped a little bit now at the sawmill. It's gone down to 965, but it's still more than 900. So I need to find somewhere to convert. I've just realised the rain stopped. Fantastic. That was paying so much attention there. So engrossed in what I was doing, didn't even dawn on me. But the rain has stopped, which is wonderful. It is now nearly 20 past 7 in the morning. I need to get some seeding done. So I'm going to go to the store, grab the seeder, get the seeding job done that I've got. Now, obviously, doing the wood chip first means I've got a bit of spare money. And I've just realised as well, bear with me 1 second. That's better. That getting the money first. Now, had I gone and sold stuff at the garden centre, I mean, still, I had 20 grand. To be fair, I had enough money. But I was just saying, had I sold it at not the garden centre, the biogas plant, I would have had to wait for payment. Now, what I've got to do now is take the seeder, and I've got to go and buy seed. My only concern is if I buy too much for the field that I'm going to be doing. It's a bit of a... But I'm sure though, if I finish the contract, don't you get paid for it, reimbursed for the seed? I'm sure you do. Well, maybe that's going to be a test that we have to try and do. But I have been assured that it's Anne-Marie is very cheap. She's... that sounded awful. The products she sells are very cheap. That's better. Dear me. Anyway... So we're going to get the seeder, get some seeding done. Now, am I progressing? I am. I've made money. Have I done a few different jobs? Yes, I have. Is it going to be 1 episode per day? No. I was hoping it wasn't going to be. There are going to be periods where I skip ahead. Oh no, it's not going to start raining again. Where I didn't want to really be seeding in the rain, but yeah, where I skip ahead. There are absolutely going to be. There are going to be times where if I pick up 5 seeding contracts, you don't need to see me doing that. So I might then see you day 4 mid-spring and say, look, you know, this is where we're at. This is what I did. It's just because I'm kind of finding my feet, getting going. Now we're only on episode 3, but we have already made progress. We've already bought equipment. And I remember I started off with nothing. I went and got a loan. So, you know, we're doing alright. Now, I'm really worried about dropping this off now because of it stuff disappearing. Right, let's drop you there. good about there. Thank you very much. Just, oh, I'm like an owl. My head swivels all the way around. Right, let's go. Let's boogaloo. I have no idea where that came from. Don't like this door pillar. The traffic does seem to be quite light at the moment, which is nice. Where's the... Oh, it's inside. So I thought, there should be equipment here. That's because I've got a memory like a sieve. That's very kind of him to leave it inside, I suppose, because it was pouring with rain. So what have we got for this contract? We've got a Steyr 6270 Terrace CVT. And we've got a Solitaire 12. Now this is a 12 metre, but I have got my eye on that new 8 metre one, the Solitaire 12 800. I kind of like the look of that, of potentially we might get one. This holds 5,800 litres of seed. Our contract is for field 32. Oh, that's on 10 grand. Oh, that's not bad, is it? So like I say, I might pick up a few sowing ones if they're available. Transporting, what's that one? Oh yeah, there's no way I'll get that machinery around. I did have a think about it and it's not going to happen. So field 32 is where? Field 32. Oh, okay. So we're right out by Backacres Farm. That's on Backacres Farm, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, right. Let's jump in this then. Beacons on. Not sure if I'm going to have to open this up though to... actually, we'll go a different way around to get to it, I think. Might as well explore the local area while we're at it. Oh man, the traffic. Go! So it's interesting, now when I'm looking at machinery and equipment, I'm looking at the narrowest stuff I could possibly find. I'm even thinking, because I have a bit of a penchant for wide tyres on my tractors and that kind of stuff. Now I'm thinking, no, I don't want wide tyres. I'll stick with standards. There's no way I'm going to get away with twins on anything, because it'll overhang and I'll get hit by a cement lorry. I'm looking at all of the seeders, I'm looking at everything I'm buying, thinking, okay, it needs to be narrow. I've got to be able to get it down these roads. I mean, the lane's not so bad because you can drive in the middle of the road, but this road, unless you get the police to close the road off for you, because those things are a menace. It's just the complete enjoyment of it that I'm just loving. No indicators in the back of the seeder. I suppose that's a fairly common thing with farm machinery, so if you're following something, I must admit everything I've ever followed tractor related, it's always had, or you've been able to see when it's indicating. Right, so it's along here somewhere. We came past, did we come past it? I can't remember now. It's along here on the right. should see the silos. There we are. Just off in the distance. So... oh, that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Getting in and out of there. Does this open? It does. Cool. That's a bit of luck, isn't it? Something that hadn't crossed my mind until this point. So, am I going to need to open this up to get anything in it? Oh no. Right, seeds. How many do I get? Whoa. What? That is redonkulous. 260 for 5,800 litres of seed. That's the cheapest I've ever found it anywhere. That's off the chain cheap. Anne-Marie, you legend. Oh man, well that's it. I know where I'm getting all my seed from. I'm just wondering whether fertiliser and stuff will be the same. That's incredible. Right, off to field 32 we go with a smile on our face. Not too much money out of our pocket. 5,800 litres should be enough. Actually, I've done it again, haven't I? What crop am I putting in the ground? Soybean, right, okay. Didn't even think. Right, let's change that over in cab. Let's go to... oh, gone past it. Nah. There we go. Soybean. 10:04. Sun's gone. Looks like we're going to be in parade again. It's getting a bit misty, a bit hazy. It's on its way, isn't it? Of course it is. How wonderful. Right, so I'll go inside on the Steyr. It must be it's not a tractor I would look at necessarily to buy. They're nice tractors actually. They look nice. They sound nice. And in all my travels, someone asked the other day actually. Who was it commented? Someone commented and said, "What's the biggest tractor manufacturer or tractor? Who sells the most tractors in the UK?" And I said, I'm pretty sure the last couple of years it has been John Deere. I'm pretty sure John Deere edged, was it over Massey or New Holland? I can't remember now. But I've come across most tractor types. And a couple that aren't in game I've come across. Kubota I've seen quite a lot of. We don't have those in game yet. But one tractor type I've never come across in the UK. Me personally, I'm not saying they don't exist, I'm not saying farmers don't have them, I've just never seen one. I've never seen a Steyr. I've seen Fiats, I've seen Renaults, you know, all sorts. Fence JCBs, New Hollands, Masseys, you know, you name it, the list goes on, but I've never seen a Steyr. So, we want field 32. I was hoping to get the seeding done and get some manure sold too, because we could become a manure magnate if we sell enough of it. That's different to a manure magnet. That's somebody who attracts manure and probably gets covered in it. Now, field 32 is this one on the corner, isn't it? Oh, is there a gate there? There certainly is. Right. Is that one there? Oh, got a workshop. They've got a workshop. Maybe while we're up here, I'll pop across into the post office. I'll speak to Mrs. Holland, find out if she can speak to the farmer, or maybe I can speak to the farmer. That would probably be an easier way of going about it now. Can I get round here, or do I need to go into that yard, do you reckon? Come on, don't get caught in the gate or the fence. Oh, you beauty. You little beauty. Right, we're on soybean, we're in field 32, let's unfold. And let's crack on. Now again, there is some argument to the point that why would you necessarily pick up contracts to do jobs for other farmers? Well, because you need the money for a start. And the argument now would be, why don't you just spend ages just doing wood chips? If you need to make money, just do wood chips. Now the thing about it is, it depends how you're playing the game, why you're playing the game. For me personally, it's about the enjoyment of the farming. It's about the enjoyment of having a go at stuff. You know, I want to try everything. I want to use different equipment. I want to use different implements. I want to do all aspects of farming. I want to take advantage of this, of what the seasons have to offer. If you're just playing or doing the farming to make the most amount of money as quickly as possible, it kind of, that again is why when I started playing FS15, after a while it got a little bit kind of samey. I was a little bit like, oh, you know what, I'm a bit bored of it now, because all I was doing was buying loads and loads of machinery, making as much money as I possibly could, and then after a while you start thinking, all I'm doing is just turning and burning. I'm just, oh, here we go, wipers on. Yeah, and all I was doing was just running through the gear, turning and burning, to make as much money as I possibly could, as quickly as I could. And that's when I kind of started to look at storylines and making it more interesting and changing the way I did things. And I suppose, again, that's what I said, you play the game however you want, do it however you want to do it. But that's kind of, I want to enjoy all the aspects of what it's got to offer. Am I going to do more loads of wood chip? Yeah, of course I am. Am I going to do them all of the time? No. But potentially, if there's something I think, actually I need a bit of extra money to go and buy X, Y, Z. I mean, what I could do is for 1200 go and buy a whole another load of wood chip, and then I can buy a front loader which got nicked, rather than lease one. So it'd be a quick way of saying, okay, you know, I'm just replacing something that disappeared for some reason. Are we still over? Oh yeah, we've looked pretty much bang on. I'm just trying to work out the distance. I'm looking at my little light rig on the pillar to the left, and I just want to keep that just a little way away. Would you be seeding in the rain? Probably not, because it can wash the seed out a little bit. Most seeders these days put a little trench, put the seed in and close it over, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Do most farmers want rain after they've seeded? Yes, they do. They want it to have everything it possibly needs to grow. I know there are some fertilisers, but not seeds. I suppose it depends if you're seeding and fertilising at the same time. There are some fertilisers, or not necessarily, what are they? Anyway, regardless, that activate with rain. So when you put them on the ground, they need rain or water to actually activate and start working. So anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. Oh, I've come way too far out there. Wasn't paying attention. Right, last bit. Contract is complete, but I'm going to finish it off. We've still got 4,260 litres of seed in the tank, and this is where I'm going to try something I've never done before. I know people probably do it all the time. picking up contracts if you have got stuff left in the machine. As far as I'm aware, because it gets returned to the farmer back through the store, anything left in the machine, they kind of empty out and you get reimbursed at the market value, as far as I'm aware, which I don't normally do. What I'll normally do is unload it. So I'd unload the seed at my farm and then I can use it then further down the line for other things. Actually, I need to put my cruise control back up again. Yeah, so I can use it then for the next seeding job I do. However, again, because of the situation here that I find myself in, because the seed is cheap enough to buy, if the store are going to pay me more to reimburse me for the seed that's in it than what I'm buying it for, I'm better off doing that, because then I can get a kind of double bubble on it. So I get paid for the contract, any seed left in it, then when I do another seeding contract, sowing contract, I just go and buy more seed because it's cheaper to do it that way round. So back to the store. Now I could do it now, I could fulfill the contract, the machinery would disappear, and I would then have to walk all the way back, and it wouldn't be the first time I've done that. I get overexcited, I finish the contract and then realise I'm across the other side of a farming area and I've got to walk all the way back. So I will drive the machinery back, we will send it back to the farmer and we will see what happens. Now again, I could be completely wrong on that, but as far as I'm aware, that's the situation. And then if we've got time, I'm going to go and convert my trailer. We're going to go and buy some manure from the livestock market, because the livestock market has a surplus of manure and slurry, so we want slurry as well. So I'm going to buy some manure and then I'm going to go and sell a bit of manure. As far as I know, the pig farm here has a workshop. A few of these farms, I know the farming area locally has been really struggling, and quite a few farms have closed. A lot of farmers have just packed up. You know, after years, generations of farming, have just decided, you know what, they're going to cut their losses and they're selling their farms off. They're selling the land off bit by bit. They kind of collapse it down to a point. They've sold off as many fields as they can and as many as they can justify, and then they sell the farms off. So there's a few farms locally that are kind of look fairly abandoned, but you know, it's a sad thing to see. Just saying, dawned to me, something I'm going to have to invest in is I need one of those measuring tools. I need a tool for everything. It's the special does everything tool. Beacons off. So, stop there. Engine off. Let's see, shall we? So, contract complete. Collect. Did I get reimbursed for the seed in there? Up to 43. Don't know if I have actually. Didn't say anything, did it? Oh yeah, of course it was, because the contract was only 8,000. Yeah, I have. The contract paid out 8,000 and something, I just got paid 10,000 something, so I did, I got reimbursed. So I got paid 2,000 odd for the seed that cost me 260. So we're up to 43 grand, that's good. What I'm going to do though, nope, is I'm going to look for another sowing job. I might take on that one, you know. Field 34, 10,926, that's is that a 6 metre or a 9 metre? Seeder. I'll lose a bit of a hit on... Actually, I got paid more than that, because I borrowed their equipment. So although the contract paid out 8,000 and something, I would have taken a hit for the use of their equipment. So yeah, it was more than 2,000. That's well worth doing. Right, I'm going to accept that contract. No, I'm going to borrow items. Don't accept contract. Don't be a buffoon. Borrow items. But that I will do off screen. It's using another... So that's a 9, isn't it? Pretty sure it's a 9 metre. We just used a 12. That's a 9. Horse Maestro 1275. Is that a 12 then? Oh, it doesn't matter. Regardless, right. Go and get my trailer. Actually, I could bring up here, couldn't I? It's probably closer and quicker. Is that some? I will see in a minute. Wherever I end up. I was just about to turn and head up to the store, which actually is closer. The store's right there, and there's a lovely gentleman walking his dog. He lives in the farm just down the lane on the right hand side, just there. He has got some tools and equipment and things that he said I'm more than welcome to use whenever I need to. So if I'm out that way, I can. Oh, I need to check on bales and stuff, don't I really? Bale availability locally as well. Yeah, but so I can use his stuff if I want to. He's more than happy for that to happen, which is good. So this is what I need to do, is just if I can build a rapport with the local farmers, and you kind of build up a bit of a network, I suppose, of people that are happy to help you, and it's that kind of, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, I do a job for them, they'll do a job for me, I do a job for them, they'll help me out with something. You know, it's how it works, doesn't it? You know, I think one thing with farming and farmers is if people are struggling or in trouble or need help, they're I mean, farmers generally, not, I mean, farmers aren't just going to, not like superheroes, just go out helping anybody, but, you know, they'll help other farmers out if they're struggling and that kind of thing, which I think it's a lovely community spirit, I think. Maybe it doesn't happen everywhere, but it certainly happens around these parts. So let's reconfigure, customize. This might cost me a bit of money as well. We're going up to 8,000, 12,000. That's going to cost me 4 grand. Okay, well, okay. It's a worthwhile investment. And to be fair, I just made that money. I made a load of money, didn't I, on the seed. So I'm not too bothered about that. So from here then, again, an additional supplement to my income. We're going to go to the livestock market, which is also just here, which is actually pretty handy, right on the doorstep. Now, there are a couple of places we can sell manure. One is the garden centre, which is directly opposite, or pretty much opposite. Again, that's going to be where I'm going to take it this time. But I can also take manure to the biogas plant. Now, the biogas plant does pay more than the garden centre pays. So, in all honesty, probably better off taking it to the biogas plant. And again, if I take it to the biogas plant, I get digestate as a byproduct. So it makes more sense taking it to the biogas plant. However, in the light of trying to sort of spread the love, just do a bit of everything in different locations and that kind of thing, you know. Quarter trailer up. So what should happen if we're lucky? Now, I'm hoping it's not going to be too expensive to buy. That's the thing. If it costs more to buy than we're going to make from it, then obviously it becomes a waste of time. But hopefully, manure, we should be able to get a full load, hopefully fairly cheaply. He says the money's going down quite a lot. Right, 12,000 litres for 401. So again, that's not too bad. Could do a few loads of this. Now, obviously, I'm only using a 12,000 litre trailer. If I get to a point where this 195 horsepower tractor could pull a much bigger trailer, size then becomes a problem with regard to the lanes and what I can get away with. But I can definitely go bigger than this, which I will do at some point. So where am I heading? Down to the garden centre. So yeah, I mean, obviously, the same with the wood chips. You know, the more I can carry, the more I can make. That is just kind of, that's economics. That kind of makes more sense, doesn't it? So we want to go. Where are we? It's this one here, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. Turn the indicator off. Beacon off for the time being. Oh right, it's down there. Oh, it's not a lot of turning room, is there? We'll have to back it all the way down. Now here at the garden centre, as with Anne Marie's purchase point, there is a purchase point here. It wasn't originally here. But the garden centre has added in. Right, let's see what we make on this. As long as it's more than 401, we've made a profit. Doesn't appear to be a huge amount. That's all. $1,479. So we've tripled our money. You're going to have to do that in serious bulk to make a load of money off manure. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a profit. We've just made a grand or 1,075 for driving a couple of minutes from the livestock market to here. It's 1:05 in the afternoon. Like I say, yeah, there's here at the garden centre they've got a storage container that you can buy apparently very cheap seed and fertiliser and stuff from there as well, which I haven't tried yet. So I don't know, yeah, maybe we'll see, but I'm just blown away by the price at Anne-Marie. The farm is CNS, it's CNS and Anne-Marie runs it. So with that we have, whoa, get out of the way, there's a cement lorry. We've done some wood chip, we've done some seeding, sowing, we have also now sold some manure, so we are supplementing our income. I'm now going to go back to the store, grab the next piece of equipment and go out and sort out that field. I'm off to see my brother, which is going to be very nice. So this may be a slightly short episode, I'm not too sure. I also want to have a look at No Man's Land because there's been a load of changes to that. So potentially we'll have a look at that. But anyway, that being said, we have come to the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it. If you are, if you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please. Please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.